Well, I'd like to see if anyone can top that dinner party story.
Well, I actually have a pretty good one.
Nobody was prepared for what would come out of his mouth.
Got a story you can't wait to tell? Tom and Callum's best stories on Fresh 92.7.
That's right, Callum. Something new we're trying to do is get you, Adelaide, to run our radio show for one break. We want you to tell us your best stories. The way you can do this is simply head to our website, fresh927.com.au, and you can leave your story there, and you might just get a call from us to get you to tell us your best story, plus all of Adelaide.
Yes, because, usually we'll ask you, the Fresh fam, a bit of a question. You call up or text in, and we'll go from there. But this is literally any dinner party story, any gunning story you think is so funny, that is so random, that you just want to share with us. This is the spot to do it every Monday.
That's it, Tom Callum's best stories. And this morning, we're inviting onto the show Cameron Jew. Good morning, Jewy. How you going, mate?
How are you, pair of clowns? Are you doing all right this morning?
Good. Now,
not bad.
Cameron, how would you rate this story out of 10 before we get into it? Are we in for a good one to kickstart the week?
Yeah, I'd say it's 10.
10. All right, good. I'm glad.
All right, the go-to dinner story. Cameron, take it away.
All right, so the year's 2017. The Crows have made the AFL Grand Final. And me and one of my best mates at the time, Keelan, have ventured over with his family. We've got 2 tickets to the game for me and Keelan.
Yeah, nice.
So they're only standing room. So we've got in there really early and gone and found our spot and had a look around. Anyway, Keelan's brother Sam was there. He didn't have a ticket to the game. He's a Port supporter anyway, so I didn't really care. I wasn't too worried about it. But him and Keelan were coming up with all these grand plans of how we could get him into the game and what we could do. Anyway, so Keelan went on a bit of a recce and walked around and had a look and thought, okay, we can do this. So he comes back and he's like, I'm going to give you my ticket and you need... So essentially what I had to do is I grabbed both of our tickets, my ticket, Keelan's ticket, and I had to go to the gate. So we walked around, we found the most, useless looking security guard in the whole of the MCG. I reckon this guy was 70. I'm pretty sure he wasn't at the grand final on the weekend. I don't think he must have been 80 or 90 years old. So anyway, I've had to go up to the gate, scan my ticket and his ticket out, right? And his brother's waiting outside the MCG. But meanwhile, our other mate Sam went up to the security guard and started saying to him, we don't have these machines in Adelaide. How do they work? How do I scan my ticket out? Meanwhile, I'm trying to scan these tickets, and you've actually got to turn the turnstile for the ticket to scan out.
Right.
So anyway, I've scanned it, realised that it won't let me scan the other one until I spin the turnstile. So I've reached over and whacked the turnstile, scanned the other ticket, walked out, and then I'm walking outside the MCG, and I rang Sam, and I was like, I think I just got you a ticket to the grand final. And then, long story short, without rambling, I just went and gave him the ticket, and then we walked back in, and he bought us beers all day. So,
wow!
Didn't have to wear high vis or anything like that.
How good is that? A free ticket to the AFL Grand Final. Obviously, we can't condone these actions. Hey, AFL Grand Final just happened. You didn't happen to go over. This isn't a story from the weekend, is it? And you're just saying it happened in 2017?
No, this is an old one. But I bet there'll be a bunch of TikToks come out with people dressed in high vis and doing all sorts of stuff. None of that. Just 2 tickets and we'll get the job done.
I don't know if I trust you, Cameron. I feel like you might be the cat burglar of the grand final. You've been striking it every year since. People just don't know your face yet. You're wearing a mask.
Too busy behind the glass these days, boys.
Good on you, Cameron Jew. Our first best story every Monday morning. We're doing Tom and Callum's best stories. Send us your best stories on fresh927.com.au. Cameron, thank you for your time this morning. Appreciate you sharing that story with us.
No worries, fellas. Stay out of the trouble.
Cheers, Cam.
A couple from Hong Kong have been banned from flying with Cathay Pacific after they started a fight with another passenger over a reclining seat.
Yeah, I guess people do get pretty finicky about their comfort on planes. It can be pretty uncomfortable, so maybe you wouldn't start a fight over it though, right?
Nothing to do with comfort, actually. What happened was this lady reclined her seat, and the woman behind tried to tell her to put your seat back up, was trying to push the seat back up because it was hindering the view of her in-flight movie.
Sure.
And when the woman refused and said, "It's my right to recline my seat," she stretched out her legs, right? Put them through like the gaps in between and put them on her armrest.
Wow.
Then it started getting weird. Then the woman's like slapping her legs away, get him back, get him away. This woman starts shouting at her in Cantonese. The other girl doesn't speak Cantonese, so she started speaking to her in like English, saying mainland girl in a derogatory way.
Right, so yeah, there's a lot going on here. A lot of passengers, I'm sure, have stopped watching their in-flight movies, taken their earphones out and thought, what the hell's going on here? This is even more entertaining.
This is the real in-flight movie.
Forget watching Big Bang Theory on this small, crappy little screen. I've got to fight right here. Prime time.
But what I want to do is go to the text line here on 0428 927 927. What have you banned your partner from? I feel like both the couple got banned, but it sounds like only one was in the wrong here. Maybe she should have been banned by the flight, taking flights.
Something a bit more drastic.
Yeah. But we want you to text in 0428 927 927. Get a little bit silly with us this morning, Adelaide. What are you banned? What have you banned your partner from, or what do you want to ban your partner from?
Yeah, I mean, is your partner stealing chocolates from the fridge that's yours? Have they opened up your Christmas present? What's going on in your house that you'd like to put a ban on because it's pissing you off?
Text line's good to go. 0428 927 927. We'll be back shortly to hear what you'd like to ban your partner from.
I'll kick you off here with this one. It's from Shannon. She says, I banned my boyfriend from looking at other girls on the screen when we're at the movies.
How does that
How do you
work?
do that?
Come on.
Do you think the boyfriend is like, Shannon, thank you so much for packing my cardboard goggles that restrict my viewing? Any moment there's a nude scene.
How do you even know?
I slap them on.
It's dark in the cinemas. Are you staring at him rather than watching the movie?
And you're obliged to watch the movie if you're there watching a screen. How do you look away? It's just insane.
Here's another good one. I'm banned from using Luigi on Mario Kart because my boyfriend likes him.
Okay, he's got a secret crush on Luigi. A little weird, but each to their own. This one here from Lewis. Would love to ban my girlfriend from listening to Taylor Swift.
Oh, yeah.
Right on. More of a chance she'll break up with me before that happens, though. You know what? Girls do get attached to the Swiftie, and I think they would break up with their boyfriend before breaking up with Taylor.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that one. Hey, another text here. I've been banned from saying the word yummy because he thinks it's creepy.
Yeah, I don't like the word yummy either.
I don't mind yummy.
Nah, not about that.
There's nothing wrong with the word yummy.
No, definitely put a ban.
What kind of context do you really use yummy for, though?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say food that much. I'm not looking at a schnitzel and be like, oh, yummy.
I think that's almost worse than another context if it's actually over food. For some reason, it's creepier. I would rather hear it in the bedroom than hear it over a meal at the pub. For some reason. This one from Tina. I would ban my boyfriend from getting tattoos. It's not that I don't like tattoos. His are just terrible. What a knock. That's rough. I would never tell someone I'm dating I hate their tattoos.
Got another one here. My ex banned me from eating or touching berries because she was scared of them. That included anything that was related to berries, like jam, berry juice, etc. She would get mad at me if I did.
Yeah, irrational fear.
That's tough.
That's one you have to try and get
over.
No
more fondue then. No romantic fondue dates. And hey, to wrap things up, got this text here. Used to give my hubby wet willies all the time, so he started giving them back. Now my husband and I have about a 10-year no wet willies truce.
Good. I would hate to be a relative or an in-law and see that happen at Christmas.
You'd hate to see it happen. You'd even hate it more if it happened to you.
It's PDA to the next level, right?
Is it PDA? It sounds like bullying. We're traveling over to Massachusetts this morning, where they've been thrown into chaos. They had a rodeo going on there, basically, right? And you know, in rodeos, you have the bulls.
Sure.
And you have the people ride the bulls. You have the people with the red little tarps trying to get the bulls to charge at them.
An American staple. You know, if you go over there, I'm sure they do it a lot.
Yes, but what happened is these bulls, they've plowed through a chain link fence at the rodeo, and they've taken off.
Wow.
8 bulls have escaped their enclosure and they are on the run.
You know what? I don't think there's any amount of bulls that is a great amount to be on the run and terrorizing the city, but 8 is a lot.
8?
How do you let 8 get out?
It's like the running of the bulls like they do in Spain,
Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
in Massachusetts today.
I love what they say in the article here, where it's like residents in the area were warned to exercise extreme caution and not approach any of the bulls.
Yeah,
Who in
no
their
duh.
right mind? Who in their right mind is thinking, "Oh, I just really want to pat one. I've never done that before."
We've got some audio from over in Massachusetts. This is what they're doing at the moment.
Send in the clowns.
They've got the clowns there wrangling up these bulls.
Laffy clowns.
They're still, out of all the 8 bulls as well, 7 have been caught.
Yeah.
One's still on the
one.
loose.
Still one remaining.
They're still searching for the remaining bull. But yeah, like, what have they done? Has the police department just gotten the rodeo clowns
Yeah,
to get
surely.
these bulls? Surely that's what you do, right?
This is what emergency protocol lesson they had in clown college. If the bulls ever escape, this is what you may have to do apart from trapeze. Round up some bulls.
Yeah, this is the perfect way to outsource your job, isn't it?
And I hate the fact that there's one remaining. What do you do about that one? Do you still go out on the streets about your day?
I'll tell you what you do. You
In the clowns.
Send in those clowns.
send them in. You've been Tom Callum on Fresh. A new study that happened over in China has come out showing that something that females can do can encourage men to take more risks.
Right.
But only if they think it'll make them more attractive.
Right, okay. Go on.
So they've done this study. In the first experiment, they got 66 heterosexual men. Average age was about 22 years old. And they were participating in a virtual reality driving simulator.
Yep.
So then they were directed by a low-pitched or a high-pitched female voice while navigating a scenario where a traffic light turned yellow as they approached an intersection.
Sure.
So half of them had the high pitch, half of them had the low pitch. And what this study went to show is that the ones that had the high-pitched woman in their ear would take the risk and fly through the yellow light.
Wow.
Where the ones that had the lower-pitched female voice would err more on the side of caution and
cautious.
slow down and stop at the yellow light, meaning that women that have high-pitched voices can make men do more risks.
I mean, I guess it's like a bit of a superpower, I guess, if you want your man to be a little bit more risky. Do you think in the study that the voices were saying anything in particular? Like, Tony, don't do it. You're a bad boy. You wouldn't drive through the yellow.
Funny you say that. They did a second test, a second study, this time 120 heterosexual men with another virtual reality setup, and they'll split into 2 groups, this time just each listening to a high or low-pitched voice. And then the high-pitched would claim that women prefer men who are brave, strong, and masculine. The lower-pitched one would give a different message, emphasizing qualities like being patient and kind.
Right, there you go. So it's a match made in heaven if you got the risk takers and the high-pitched voices as opposed to the other.
Yeah, so then after that, they faced the challenge in VR where they had to walk across a narrow plank on a virtual rooftop. And again, the high-pitched, the people that had the high-pitched voice in their ears, they walked the plank, no dramas. The other ones with the lower pitch, they thought, nah, to hell with that. So again, I mean, Mrs. Doubtfire, no wonder she got so many risks taken for her.
Yeah. I was going to say, if I need to take any risks, I'm a little bit nervous or apprehensive, just chuck the Doubtfire on in the background, slap some headphones in. That'll give me the push I need. Tom, there's a lot of buzz around the Cybertruck, Elon Musk's new toy.
Yeah, it's kind of ugly.
Yes, that was the consensus when it came out. It's this big, I guess you could say almost has like some details of a sports car, but more truck-like.
It's very like dystopian future, very like Blade
Runner.
Runner.
Yeah, exactly.
For whatever reason, there's bulletproof glass on it. Don't know why you'd need that in
Very-
everyday day-to-day life, but
Very,
hey.
Very much like Elon Musk is secretly Batman and this is his car at home.
Well, I mean, he's got the money for it.
Sure, yeah. So there is a lot of talk about this. I guess there's been a few complaints already. I mean, it's meant to be this advancement in technology. There's already been people talking about how one lost control and smashed into their neighbor's house.
Jeez.
Not good for a car that has a lot of cameras and sensors
Yeah.
that should be working. And someone else said that they literally sold it after someone looked at it. One of their mates looked at it. And then
Ew.
said, gross, I don't like it. And then they got conned into selling it. So there's a few little complaints here and there. But one of the complaints that have come out is how much you are being charged for charging the car.
Yeah,
how much
of
money
course.
it is to fill up.
Because it doesn't take petrol. It's fully electrical, but electricity still costs money. So how much does it cost you to charge it up fully?
So to charge it up fully, first of all, it takes about an hour and a half
Right, okay.
to do it fully, which is quite a bit.
Yeah. You'd have to be a prepared person to have one of these cars.
Oh, you wouldn't be rushing off to work in the morning and then
No.
having to sit there charging it up. You'd be doing it the night before. If you're a clumsy person, I would not get this car.
No, absolutely not, because I'd forget to charge it,
Yeah.
and then I'd be like, well, I guess it's the bus
God!
today.
Yeah. So
Sorry, Elon.
hour and a half to charge it up to reach a charge limit of about 476 kilometers.
Okay,
So
yeah.
476
Fairly
is the
standard.
full, and that's 100%. It will cost you $73 for a full tank.
For $73, right, okay.
So
I mean,
it's not terrible.
It's not the worst. It's not the best.
No, but what people are complaining about is that electric cars are supposed to be expensive when you buy, but cheap to run.
Yeah, save money on the petrol. In the long run, you're meant to save money. $73 a fill up, depending how much you're driving. I mean, you could be doing that once every week and a half, 2
Yeah.
weeks.
Yeah. So
Basically, just may as well have a petrol guzzler.
well, that's what everyone's saying. I could get my SUV, take a few minutes to do the petrol, and it's just as much money.
Yeah.
Why not just, absolutely just get a four-wheel drive. So once again, the Cybertruck is under a bit of scrutiny.
There you go. Sorry to anyone who has a Cybertruck. I don't think there are any in Australia
No,
anyway.
I haven't seen anyone in Adelaide. They'd be bagged out immediately.
Don't bother.